0 to 20,000 EVs in just 1 year. That's the Nissan Leaf's sales story since the first delivery in Petaluma, California on December 11, 2010. The world's first mass-marketed 100% electric vehicle is now found on 5 continents in countries from Japan to South Africa, with 57 million kilometers on the odometer, some 3 million liters of fuel saved, and 7,300 tons less of CO2 in the air.
When we first introduced Nissan Leaf concept or prototype in 2008, who would have thought that we will sell 20,000 Leafs? Who would have thought that we will win the world's 10 best engine without an engine? Who would have thought that Nissan Leaf could provide electricity to the house? You know, those are the changes that we've made within a year or 2 years. You may feel the result very natural today, but it wasn't 2 years ago. It wasn't natural 3 years ago. It's a significant change.
Leaf sales are only a year old, but Nissan's first foray into EVs began in 1947 with the Tama electric car. Its more modern migration to electric vehicles, though, can be traced to 1992, when Nissan started to develop EV batteries. In 2006, when 12% of new car sales were hybrids, Nissan instead forged its own path to zero-emission mobility. By October of 2007, creation of the Nissan Leaf was underway, and in 3 years, the first EV rolled off the line at Nissan's Opama plant. 1 year ago, Silicon Valley entrepreneur Olivier Chalouis became the first person in the United States to own a Leaf. Now, 1 year later, he uses his black Leaf SL to drive his kids to school before his 40-mile commute to work. The car, he says, is a game changer and by far the best he has ever driven. Chalouis says that his Leaf's silence, safety, and speed, while being gentler to the environment, make the driving experience better than a regular car. By March of this year, more than 5,000 Leafs had been sold, mostly in Japan, while sales were starting up in the US and Europe. The Leaf is now available in 30 US states, with plans for nationwide sales by March, while the global rollout continues. Penetration has been dependent on collaboration. With more than 100 global partnerships, tie-ups with governments and private enterprises have helped to build infrastructure, as well as promote and incentivize public acceptance of zero-emission mobility and EV purchase. Recent Leaf deliveries in China, for example, will support governmental EV pilot programs in Guangzhou and Wuhan. The Nissan Leaf will also see production expand next year to include the US and Europe. Leaf is the first of 8 EV models across the Renault-Nissan alliance. Altogether, the alliance aims to produce 1.5 million EVs by fiscal 2016, while CEO Carlos Ghosn expects electric vehicles to be 10% of the market in 10 years.
Definitely our challenges will continue. What we'd also like to accomplish is to increase the chain reaction of endorsement. We have to have people buy into this product, buy into the zero-emission mobility. And by doing that, we will expand the market, we will expand the numbers of EVs, we will change the lifestyle.
The 42nd Tokyo Motor Show saw stands lined with EV concept cars, while the recognition and accolades that Leaf gained in the past year, including Japan Car of the Year, were signs of media and public approval, and that the change by electric car is underway.